Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Hearthstone's Europe Winter Playoffs are starting tomorrow, and I've already explored the overall metagame in a couple of videos. In this video, I want to take a look at some interesting decks in the tournament. These are all kind of on-meta decks, but they are also decks with a twist. So in this video, we're going to explore Trec's midrange build with Halazzi, Magicgeek's fast Deathrattle Hunter, Eilic's Even Bells Paladin, Vipers and Kolmari's Roaster Mindblast Priest, Kalàxz's Zihi Even Warlock, ThisIsChris's Mukla Odd Rogue, Xixo's Odd Dragon Warrior, and Felkind's and Maverick's Chemist Even Shaman. Let's dive right in. Midrange Hunter or Master Skull Hunter, the innovation of Deathstar, gained a lot of popularity, although nowadays the hybrid build with secrets is becoming slightly more popular than this one. Trec has a unique take on this archetype. It's fairly standard, but it comes with 2 copies of Dire Frenzy, and it comes with Halazzi the Lynx. And Halazzi can give you a bunch of these small lynxes with Rush that you can then combine with your Dire Frenzy or as fodder for Scavenging Hyena. Deathrattle Hunter is under a lot of pressure. Sure, Katrina Winter Wisponade is great, King Crush coming down is great, but do you survive that long? You're facing pressure from midrange hunters, you're facing pressure from hybrid hunters, and Magicgeek thinks he has an answer. This is the fast Deathrattle Hunter. As you can see, the curve tops out at 6 mana. There's no Katrina here, there's no King Crush, nothing like that, but there are 2 copies of mechanical whelps in this one. So you have your usual openers, you have your Devil's Oryx, you have your Kalàxz, the bladed stuff, spider bombs, the usual things. But there's a bit more defensive power in this deck. There's a copy of Unleash the Hounds for some trading, there's a copy of Defender of Argus for some protection. There are even 2 copies of Wing Blast for some clearing. Of course there are cubes, there's Harrison Jones for weapon removal, and the ultimate Deathrattle power comes from 2 mechanical whelps that deliver some 7/7 mechs on the board, which are by the way also excellent for magnetizing Ziliax on. Is this faster take enough to challenge the power of Hybrid Hunter? We'll see. With even Paladins leaving Spirit of the Tiger and Valanier behind and moving to pretty much straight on curve plays, Eilic is doing something different. This deck has Spirit of the Tiger, this deck has Valanier, but more importantly, this deck has Sound the Bells. Sound the Bells is a card that I have always loved. Sound the Bells and Pyromancer is awesome. Sound the Bells and Spirit of the Tiger is also quite potent. And just sound the bells in all sorts of small minions that you happen to get on the board is always a powerful move. Is that going to be enough to propel Eilic's Even Paladin to success? It's too early to say, but this is another meta deck with an off-meta twist. I'm not sure if it's even proper to call Vipers and Kolmari's Roaster Mindblast Priest as an twist on the meta deck, just because this is running Crowd Roaster and a bit more extensive Dragon package with Dragonmaw Scorchers and the complement of 2 Fire Tree Witch Doctors. Because to be honest, this is something that I expected Mindblast Priest to look like coming into this tournament. But as it turns out, Crowd Roaster, Scorcher, these are not really seeing play, and even the Witch Doctor is being cut a lot. So can this new generation Mindblast Priest compete with the old favorites? I was also a bit surprised about the Even Warlock builds that are in the tournament. So many Doomsayers, which is a card I have not found that much use in Even Warlock. But Kalàxz is bringing an Even Warlock that I really like into the tournament. Defiles, Beetles, yes. Bone Mare, yes, I really like Bone Mare in Even Warlock. And a copy of Mojo Master Zihi, because Even Warlock is the one deck that can really make Mojo Master Zihi shine. Because 6 mana, so you will have 4 mana available in addition to that, enough to drop a Twilight Drake, maybe enough to play a Mountain Giant, maybe enough to play a Hooked Reaver. And on the follow-up turn you also have access to these powerful 4 mana plays. She is quite a rare inclusion in Even Warlock, even though Even Warlock right now is really popular in the tournament. But I have great expectations for this build. Odd Rogue really likes to get a powerful play down on turn 3. Ideally, it's going to be the Henge Clan tag and the attack, and the Henge Clan tag grows to be a 4/4 and then it's difficult to remove. But there's a 3-drop that is even bigger than a Henge Clan tag, and that 3-drop is King Mukla. ThisIsChris has decided that he wants his turn 3s to be really powerful, and he's taking a little bit unconventional approach to Odd Rogue by adding King Mukla in the deck. Xixo is bringing an Odd Dragon Warrior. Well, Odd Dragon Warrior, isn't that what Rastakhan's Rumble is all about for Odd Warrior? Well, yes and no, because in this tournament actually the Dragon package has been abandoned by almost all the players. Even though Odd Warrior is brought by a lot of players, only a couple of them bring the Dragon package also. But this build, I really like this build. This build is going all in with the dragons. There's the Scorchers, there's the Embuscale Drakes, there's the Crowd Roasters in 2 copies as well. Without forgetting its roots, there are still 2 Diehorn Hatchlings in this deck. And the best deck card, or at least the funniest deck card of all time, even if not the most effective, Thinkmaster Overspark. By the way, you have probably heard that even Shaman is very stale, very dull, and does not evolve. Well, Felkine and Maverick beg to disagree, because this is the even Shaman build that they have brought. There's no Hex, there's a Spellbreaker. Why do you want to put taunts on your way when you can be hitting face? And look at the 8-drop package. Alakir, Kalimos, Lich King. There isn't even a Hagatha in this build. Instead, there are 2 copies of Nerubian Unraveler. Yes, not 1, but 2 Nerubian Unravelers. Someone really hates spells. In fact, the only spells in this deck are the Earthen Mites, so whatever spells are going to get more expensive because Nerubian Unraveler is on the board, those are probably not on this player's hand. Finally, as an icing on the cake, there is 1 copy of Cloakscale Chemist, a 2-mana 1/2 with Stealth and Divine Shield. You want to play a 2-drop and you really want it to live. Well, if it has Stealth and Divine Shield, it's going to live. So it's going to get buffed by your Direwolf or by Earthen Might or by Flame Tongue. Just about guaranteed. So if you think that there can be no innovation in even Shaman, well, here's your innovation. I hope that this little tour showed you that even though things can look a bit stale, okay, there's a Deathrattle Hunter and there's an even Paladin, and there's an Odd Warrior and there's an even Shaman. When you look deeper into the deck lists, there are actual differences. And these 8 meta decks are meta decks in name only because they all come with their own twist. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.